it going? Oh my goodness, a lot of issues in the back end, and I apologize. All my cameras aren't functioning correctly, so yeah, anyway. Hey, how's everyone going? As you can see, we're on Saturday night, something that we're trying at the moment. We'll see how it goes. However, we have changed the time as well, you'll notice. So we've changed the time in to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Time. So let us know in the chat on my Discord whether you prefer that time, whether you prefer Saturday or Friday or Saturday, because we're pretty easy. We've sort of just gone Saturday to be less, I guess, competitive with people, so we can get, Ken or them on. So anyway, how's everyone going? Woof, woof. Saturday night, I am pumped. There's a lot to go through this week, so I'm pretty excited about that. But let's go around the table. Penguin, he is back as a special guest. He's not replaced anyone this time. Penguin, how you doing, brother? What's been going on?
Chilling. We getting there.
Nice.
I am so ready to talk about this week's news. So ready.
Oh, we are excited to have you on there. Thank you very much for coming on. Dapper, how you been, man? What's been going on?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, nothing really been going on my accounts. I'm on level 77, 10 point, I think like 2 or 3. Alt account, I've been forgetting about it more and more lately, but it's still growing. But more game wise, same old.
Good.
Hold a second. No, wait. I have to give a shout out to the Alliance because we've been killing it in the leaderboards for season, the raid season. So Legion of them, keep up the great job. Let's go for top 3.
Whew. Awesome, guys. Crayvis, what's been going on, man?
Well, my friends, baby Crayvis finally got through the impossible right after Black Bolt ran. I 3-starred the hell of node. Perfect. But the next time he comes back, I should be set, golden, ready to roll. Almost through villains because they don't give you a restriction on the last account, on the last little set there, and the last node my team isn't quite big enough for it yet. But after that, we can start working on Nexus and Karnak's little pain in the behind, so that we can start working on getting them all ready for little baby Crayvis too. Look at him go. He's coming along. Now, big Crayvis, on the other hand, didn't do much this week. We took Mystique up to Gear 13, and we're going to start doing some T4s for those Marauders, and Mystique is going to be the first one because Crayvis is crazy like that, but that's just kind of where we're going there.
Awesome. Nietzchie is currently moving, but he can't miss out on his round table. What's been going on, man?
Basically banking materials at the moment for the potential DD4 level 78, and hopefully we'll at least maybe hit global fairly soon. However, mini uniques does seem to be that bottleneck problem that I'm maybe running into here.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of stuff saved up, so I'm hoping that I can get into it pretty quick, but who knows?
Yeah, nice. That'd be exciting, actually, if you can share some insight to that when you actually do get in there. Lex, from the studio, what is going on, brother?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Yeah, I whaled out on Hella, $60, like an idiot. Got Black Bolt finally. Pretty happy about that. Working on Inhumans. Probably gonna have to whale on Yo-Yo, and then I'll have Ebony. Pretty excited about that.
I don't know if I'd be excited about spending money, but
yeah, I know. Don't remind me. Please don't remind me. But yeah, other than that, it's been good, man. Thanks for asking.
It's good. And
what's the TCP?
Oh, mine 2.1.
Yeah.
I'm like I literally like I don't know 10,000 away.
starting to jump up.
It's pretty early for a Black Bolt. It's not insane, but it's pretty early.
And Xero, I bet he's loving the new timing because it's not midnight for him. What is going on, man?
I do love the time because you know what? We are able to get Penguin in here for a lovely time, so that's why I'm enjoying this time now because I'm not, half asleep when I'm doing it. But
He's glad I'm here because he knows that if any reading comes up, I can do it for him.
that's an instant take my money. Subscriptions to Penguin at all times. Nothing's really going on with me right now on the baby account. I think it's C-Dots that's doing it. He is completely, not leveling everyone up for TCP wise, but leveling up the right people. So I'm doing that with the baby account right now. I made the account more active, so I'm like less active on my main account, just due to the fact that I'm pretty much waiting on DD3 for the refreshes every day. So on that other account, I'm doing the raids and all that jazz. It's fun. Moved to, I think, U6 for the first time. Everyone's loving it. A lot of lower people, but we're carrying them right now. That's about it, man.
Awesome. So for me, I'm still free to play. More of a financial thing than anything else. I have just finished Node 6 of Dark Dimensions 3, so that's exciting. Now I've got the two hardest nodes, Node 7 and 8. So Node 7 is the the really bad Iron Fist one, and I've currently only got Colossus and Phoenix at the moment, which is going to hurt. Still working on Emma to bring her up. Thanos and Mr. Sinister are the three that I'm sort of working on. Doom campaign, and we'll talk about the release of 3 shortly, but I'm working on my Wave 1 Avengers for that last part of Doom 1. I just don't have quite the team there, so I've been told about 220k. I should be able to get that, so that's pretty exciting. I will be bringing out a video actually talking about what teams you should do to be able to do all the campaigns and the most productive ones to get the big bang for that, so that's awesome. So a couple of public announcements. This is our third last show. Next week we have Titech, and then we have our last show for the season on the 18th, 19th. Where it'll just be the round table, and we'll be doing a review of the whole year, which should be a lot of fun. Then we take a couple week break, and we have some special guests next year to really kick us off. We got Reminex. We have is it Fates? Dapper?
No, Jags.
Jags, yeah. So we're trying to get the people from Dark Dimension 4 to Yags to sort of run us through, their experience with it. We're going to try to get them on a little earlier, but they want to get the whole over impression of it. So that'd be very exciting. So season 2 is looking like a banger, and hopefully we won't have issues because I'll move everything to OBS because it runs a lot smoother. Anyway, so guys, that sounds amazing. Let's kick off with the first segment. Beginner's Luck with Lex Lethal.
What's going on, man? So basically, if you're beginning in the game, you want to keep hitting all your milestones. You want to be doing everything you can in your alliance. Make sure you talk to your alliance. If you're not able to compete in war or do anything in war, you still want to be using your energies up in war. Make sure you're finishing all your blitz milestones, farming everything you can. Try and 3-star all those campaign nodes. Those are that's your bread and butter for farming characters and gear. Try not to worry too much about, the end game stuff. That'll come later. Farm your beginning teams. Sinister 6, the Guardians. Sinister 6 is all farmable. Guardians are all farmable. Pretty easy characters to get. What else? Yeah, that's about it, man. Oh, and the arena. You want to get as high up in arena as you can, because arena credits are really going to help you out. So.
Yeah, awesome, man. That's some good stuff there. Moving over to Dapper for What's Kraken.
Yeah, so these offers are especially getting better and better. especially this Kree team,
Mm-hmm.
which they have two great characters. You got Minova and Captain Marvel, 100 shards for $25. The other three don't really matter, so don't worry about them.
No one cares
They're
about
not
that.
even there.
Now,
No, Ronan will help you get Phoenix.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely,
that's
that's true.
True.
These
And
like,
one of the minions will help you get Nick Fury.
Yeah, absolutely. These like micro action transaction dollar offers are always great, especially when they have like the new characters released. Now, I was tuning into Reminex and he was talking, and he was saying how it is cheaper to buy those like unique for tier 15
Mm-hmm.
than using cores, because the issue, and there's a reason why a lot of whales and Kraken are putting this, because you can spend up to like 800 cores to refresh your store, and it still will not show there. So you see some name changes in the game talking about fix your price scope lead and stuff like that, and that's what they're referring to. And yeah, there's also like the Taskmaster $5 deal. Those are great offers, but the best one for this week has been the $5 for core for 3,000 core in a month span. So if you got into like spending money, stuff like that, will be up your alley, because you can't go wrong with cores. And Emma Frost, only $35. It's a 80% off deal. Not really, but she's one of a key character milestone. So if you're eager to take her to the next level or unlock her, that'll be okay.
So one offer that I did this week was was it 100 shards for Taskmaster? Got me a 5 red star. It was too hard to pass up. I think if it didn't get me an upgrade, I would have passed on it, but it was just too good to pass up. Moving on to Crayvis' Corner, give us some advice about guild management.
All right. This week, what I got for you guys is what I'm going to be doing in Tales this week is kind of throwing together some raid lanes. Now, the reason that you want to do this is so that you can actually make sure that you hit those 60% milestones and work toward those 100% milestones, because you get a whole lot more crap as a group if you hit level 2 or level 3 rewards than you do for just the level 1. As a matter of fact, it is worth dropping back a couple difficulties to get 60% rewards over running the highest ultimates you can at 30%. Just so you're aware. So when you build your lanes, the best way to do it is take a few days of like damage snapshots and then just go and divide people up. Like take number 1, put them in team number 1. Take number 2, put them in team number 2. Take number 3, put them in team number 3. So on and so forth. So that way you can kind of divide your strengths between rosters, and then you can kind of have a team of set people and know that they can or should be able to complete their lanes, and then you just have to kind of move them around to whichever lane, whichever who is better at. That's kind of the best way to do it, and if you can get people kind of organized and doing their thing, then you can really get those 100% rewards for raids and actually get, good prizes, because it's what we all want, is good prizes that we ain't got to pay for. Well, they free, you just got to finish up your raids.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. I know we were doing that for a while too, doing a slightly less one because we could go higher. So good stuff. Xero in the war room. What do you got for us this week, brother?
So I tested something out today in war. I usually don't do it. Test out different ways to destroy meta teams. If you see that they're not a very high meta team, play with them. Like today, I ran a Zemo team with Captain Marvel, and they were totaling up like 260k. And it was going against a Red Skull team. It was 260k, so I matched them power for power. But the reason why it was matched up was because I had that Captain Marvel, and she was like 80k. But I had fun with it, and I completely destroyed it. But you have to account for making a mistake. If you make a mistake, I hope you have that refresh to come back in there and do it, because you know you're gonna have alliance members coming in and be like, "Yo, why aren't you using the meta teams against this defense?" You're sitting there like, "Well, boss, I just want to test it out." No, you kind of use some strategy to it to be like, "Oh, maybe if I can do something with this team and have fun with it at the same time, because doing the same thing." Bless you, my son. Bless you. But it's to keep it fresh, unless you're in plat with, Dapper, then, you can't really play around. It's like, all right, go kill that guy and take his wife, his kids, his social security card, everything. Make sure you destroy him. But yeah, the whole moral of the story, have fun with war. Don't be too hard on yourself, but be smart about it.
I feel war is one of those things where I didn't really enjoy it in the beginning, but now that I'm starting to get teams and I can attack more than just the default teams, I'm really enjoying it. So let's move over to the basement in the Fight Club. Nietzchie, what's been going on in the world of PvP?
A lot has changed. I've gotten a lot of questions about, the Iceman and Kitty Pryde. And Iceman, I think, is going to be, once, every character that is introduced, speed is going to be a big thing. Speed, damage. Iceman's damage, I think, is going to be pretty high. However, I don't think his speed is going to be super high. I think he's going to be a good character. I don't think he's going to be a key character in PvP. Kitty Pryde, however, I do think is going to be a really, really good PvP character. I think she could be an actual game changer. The fact that her ultimate, I believe it is her whole ultimate, applies that disrupt and is usable on turn 1. If she's fast enough, she's going to prevent a lot of taunts. She's going to prevent a lot of initial ability to, get your team rolling. The second part of that is that her special is going to flip taunts. And so once again, that's going to be a huge thing in PvP. Also, again, could be used turn 1. So really, if she has enough speed, it's only going to be used against like a Drax, or maybe if she has enough focus. So focus is the other thing that's going to matter with her, is what is her focus? Can it flip a Thanos? Potentially, but it's not looking like it. And then her basic, dispels or flips positive effects as well. I think she's going to be a great PvP character. She's got one of the best dodges in the game, and she, I believe, goes stealth as well. So Kitty Pryde, I will say, is probably going to be A, if not S class type character in PvP. As for Iceman, I'm saying he's probably going to be C to B.
It's going to be interesting, and I'm sure we'll do some videos about testing. I'm sure Nietzsche, to celebrate, will have a tournament. Are you going to be coming back online shortly, or you're pretty much busy this whole weekend moving?
Question?
I said, are you going to be running a tournament this weekend, or are you just pretty much moving?
I'm pretty much moving. I've got a lot I got to do this weekend, so...
fair enough.
And this next week, so it's going to be a little bit before I run another big tournament.
Unbelievable.
To caveat off of him, if you guys do not know, there's a spreadsheet that this man had worked up. Be sure to check it out. either in his Discord or wherever he decides to link it at, so that way you can get the best quality PvP characters.
Again, all right. If you want to link it in the, if you want to link it on my Discord, or is it on somewhere? Just link it somewhere, Nietzsche. That'd be awesome if you can. All right. Moving on to the final segment, the Doghouse, where I interview our special guest, and we find a little bit more about this. The special guest, Penguin. We've had you on the show. We loved it. We brought you back as a special guest because I think you were replacing Goofy at the time. So tell us a bit about yourself. What brought you to Marvel Strike Force?
Let me think. I saw one of those stupid mobile ads in like early 2018, and it was like, play this game with all these characters. I was like, oh, I like those characters. That's kind of interesting. And it looked like, I'm gonna steal a line from you right here. Actually, get your shots ready. It looked a lot like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and I was like, oh, but I like Marvel characters better than Star Wars characters, so maybe I'll play this game instead. Signed up for like the not the beta release, but the main release, and their thing was like, if you hook up your Facebook account to it, you get a free 3-star Daredevil. And I was like, oh, free stuff for doing something that I'm not going to check anyway? Cool. I love it. Thanks. So I did that, got my free 3-star Daredevil. On day 1, I became a not free to play because for 99 cents, I bought a 3-star Captain America.
I think I bought the same offer.
Yeah. It was Day one had some of the best offers that they ever had, and then they straight downhill after that. But yeah, no, I got into it. I started playing it. I was like, man, this is actually fun. I'm enjoying this a lot more than Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Why are these animations so much better than that game? I love this universe, and yeah, I've been playing it ever since. So I'm a day 1 player. It's been great. I've gone from spending a little bit to not spending anything to spending a little too much, and we'll talk a little bit later about why I am not spending any more.
Oh, excellent. Looking forward to that. So you mentioned that you love the world. Obviously, the movies you probably enjoy. Are you into the comic books as well, or is it mostly just the movies that sort of brought you into Marvel as a whole?
Most of it was the movies. I did read some of the comics when I was younger. I have like a stash of comics, and it was that getting into the comic books was tougher just because like I never got to the comic book store. Like I occasionally got them, but it was only like 2-3 times a year that I remember like, oh, I kind of like remember this comic. I wonder what the next run was, or like what the next issue was, and then I'm 17 issues behind because I didn't keep up with it right then and there. When Iron Man came out, it was like the biggest deal because we got a superhero movie that wasn't Spider-Man, that wasn't like Batman or Superman from the DC universe. It wasn't an X-Men movie that started okay and then maybe got worse as they went on.
I'd argue X-Men 2 was good.
Okay. I'll concede that one.
Nightcrawler was awesome.
That's a good point. Point. But that Iron Man movie, kicking off the MCU, was great. And then I kind of backdated all my knowledge, like looking stuff up and looking for stuff as spoilers came out, as new movies got released, as villains came out. So I was like, I wonder what the deal is with this person. And then you go down that rabbit hole of looking up all the stories. And I was like, okay, all right, I dig this.
Yeah, I'd never heard of Guardians before the movies, and they're actually pretty interesting. Has this game brought out characters that you're like, oh, I've never heard of that character, and then you've gone off and sort of enjoyed that flavour of either the comic or the set of heroes? So the one that comes straight to mind, because it hasn't had a movie yet, is the Inhumans with obviously Black Bolt and stuff like that.
That's true. Honestly, there aren't many Marvel heroes that I haven't heard of, because I have played a number of other Marvel games. The biggest one that comes to mind was Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which came out of X-Men Legends from ages ago. Marvel Ultimate Alliance had this like weird cast of characters you could play as, but they also had a huge number of NPCs, and one of the worlds in at least one of the Ultimate Alliance games was Adelan, the kingdom of the Inhumans. So I knew Black Bolt, Medusa, Karnak, Crystal, Maximus, like there's Lockjaw, all that whole cast of Inhumans. And so when they released Quake and I saw that Inhuman tag, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Or Quake was their release, and then there was Ms. Marvel with the Inhuman tag. I'm like, huh, maybe they're gonna do more with this. Karnak, and Crystal, and we got Black Bolt. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I will actually, no, I take it back. There was a character that I didn't know about. It was Swarm.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
No. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to count that as a character that I really didn't know. If it's a D-list character in your rogues gallery, we'll give you a discount on it.
Well, part of the Sin 6, and I guess that sort of brings people into it. We talked about it last week, we talked about it a lot, but how is the most two iconic characters in all of Marvel, Spider-Man and Wolverine, suck so bad in this game? And they haven't mentioned it in the Astonishing X-Men, so I'm a bit bummed about that. Alright guys, so let's kick off with the news. We had 4 posts this week, pretty exciting stuff. The first one, day 1, was a bit of a modification to Beast. He didn't lose the, what's the other one? The Uncanny tag, but he's gaining the Astonishing, and all his abilities are now, they work with Uncanny and Astonishing. What are your thoughts about A, this new Astonishing tag, and B, the lineup that this Astonishing has? And we'll kick over to Penguin first.
Sorry, say again. I just caught something from chat and I was going to respond to it.
Sorry. So
you good?
Yeah. So obviously the first post was about Beast. He's getting he's still keeping the Uncanny tag, but he's also getting the Astonishing tag as well. What are your thoughts about his new abilities? They're not really too tweaked. It's just like, instead of just saying Uncanny, it says now Uncanny or Astonishing X-Men.
I think it's interesting that Beast is going to be the flex character for the X-Men teams, or potentially the flex character.
Yep.
I think they really want him to be an Astonishing, because the biggest change was that after the regen and after the little heal, if they're Astonishing, they get a big heal. So I don't hate the rework. I don't hate the rewording. I think Beast could probably use something, like a little something. But it seems okay.
Does anyone, because we'll sum them all up and then obviously people will give their things, but anyone got anything about the Beast that they want to talk about before we move on to post 2, which was Iceman?
Nope. I think the reason why Beast has both is because Beast was sold to us as a, hey, you can use your Phoenix in PvE now, and you cannot take that away. So I think that's why he's a flex character that works both. I think they had no choice, but he does things that they wanted on the new team. So I think that's it.
So I've got probably a statement for all of it, but we'll talk about it once we've gone through the other posts. Iceman is coming. I know a lot of people have been wanting Iceman to come. Apparently he's an Omega human. We're having a bit of debate about what actually an Omega is. How is Professor X not an Omega? That's what I want to know. He can pretty much take over, with Cerebro, take over everybody in the entire world. But anyway.
He's in a wheelchair, man. Give him a break.
Well, there's another Xavier that his conscious inhabited a different body. Where he has his helmet.
And they talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it before, like a while ago.
So we'll kick back to you, Penguin. Iceman, what are your thoughts about him? What are your, do you like his kit? He has a lot of stuns and slows.
Iceman is one of my favorite X-Men characters, and when that blog released, I was like, when the Beast blog released, I was like, man, if they announce Iceman, I might have to like spend money and make sure that I get Iceman. Oh, yeah, this looks really good. I feel like I'm pretty willing to spend on some stuff here. and you know, again, I'll talk in a minute about why that's not true anymore. But no, I love Iceman's kit. I think it looks really good. Slow and stun. It's like Nietzsche said, like speed is king. So whether you're in PvP or you're just trying to beat, you know, that one node in Doom campaign, if you can do some turn meter manipulation, a lot of times you're gonna win.
Especially with Beast probably healing that team up too, so you're less likely to lose anyone. We'll kick over to you, Nietzsche. I know you talked a little bit about PvP. What do you think of his kit outside of PvP?
Outside of PvP, I think he's actually going to be a pretty viable player, assuming the rest of the astonishing X-Men are going to really enhance upon that kit. What he needs is characters flowed. So I think he's going to be a really good character as a plug and play, assuming he has the damage to support that.
Yep.
So if you can apply enough flows to your enemy team, and it doesn't matter what character that is, all you have to have is the flows, then he will be a good character, assuming he has the damage to support it. So, you know, he does have the stun, which control is a great thing, but there are plenty of other characters with stun. Damage is going to be his big thing in PvP or PvE. Speed is going to be a big thing in PvP, I think. And then I think he'll be a plug-and-play character for PvE if you have other characters that can apply slow.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. Ping was talking about before. Very cool character. I think X-Men probably didn't sell it to him too much. He's the animations that they've done for him, I think, is super cool as well. Iceman with the spiky hair. Dapper, overall, so we've got 3 characters coming out. Are you going to be wailing hard to get this new astonishing X-Men team up and running?
I'm not sure if I'm going to be running hard on them. I will buy them and unlock them. But I need to know how they really play. You know, I'm done with, believing what Scopely says and then committing to the character. So, let's see how they play out. Now, the layout on how they're going to be unlocked with, I believe Iceman is going to be like a campaign, and Jubilee is going to be a legendary. Like, that for me, it makes sense because of marketing aspect.
Yep.
So let's see how that works, and hopefully Jubilee's kit will be a legendary kit, because if we don't, then we got the new Iron Man. So let's see.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
So I mean, this team is really getting promoted as the new raid team. I'll be interested in, so you guys probably can guess U8's coming out next year for raids. We don't know how that's going to run. We collectively think that it's going to be like a Greek raid where you're going to have different segments for different teams, and this will be one of them. Because the problem that they have at the moment is symbiotes, especially at high levels, are awesome. I mean, Lex, you can probably confirm this. Your symbiotes, are they running through U7 at the moment?
They sure are.
So
they're amazing. I love them. They're my favorite. They're like one of my favorite teams to use.
Are they your strongest team at the moment?
Yes, they are my strongest team. They're about like almost 270k. They're getting up there. They're all 13 except for Scream.
Oh wow. So inherently they definitely do have an issue with building raids. So that's one of the things that we think is going to happen with U8 is it's going to be locked into different teams. Whether it's like a Greek raid where it's like, I think it's 3 nodes each time, and that's probably where they're promoting. Like Iceman's passive in raids, lower damage by 30% for all enemies with slow, and he's pumping out slows pretty quickly. So yeah, pretty impressive. So kicking off with Kitty Pryde, Xero. Have you read the kit, and what are you thinking about Kitty Pryde and her dragon?
I see what you did there. Did you read the kit?
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that.
Certainly did not.
Is that the character that's gonna have Lockheed, the dragon? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Puff the magic dragon.
I didn't even look into it. You know, I see more mutants. I'm just deaf to it now. I don't care about the mutants anymore. But I have no clue who she is. So that's a mystery for me. But if you want to enlighten me, Penguin, please do.
She's the one that can go through walls. And I have to admit, when they said the untouchable one, I thought, oh, this is Rogue. They're going to drop Rogue. It's going to blow our minds. And then, because we knew Kitty was coming, yeah, I guess she's untouchable because she can walk through walls. She can apparently send people back in time travel. If it's the movie, does anyone know if that's true?
Wolverine back.
She sent Wolverine back, yeah.
Wolverine back? Yeah.
Can she do that in the comics, or is that just to help it out?
I don't know.
Where's Kenji when we need him?
We need
Yeah, I
Ken
know.
too.
Where's Ken?
Where's Ken? Where's Strider? Strider and Ken, where are you guys at? And Skinner too. Skinner.
Yeah, confirm for us if that's a thing. And this dragon that she has, right?
Heard about Bishop.
Lockheed, I guess his name's Lockheed.
In the movie, she didn't have a dragon. I can tell you that. In Last Stand, she did not have a dragon.
She did not have a dragon. It would have helped to beat those Sentinels, I think. Crayvis, what are you thinking of Kitty Pryde's kid?
I have no idea who Kitty Pryde is. Like, apparently she can walk through walls and stuff like that, but I was just kind of waiting for a whole team because they just kept throwing out stuff, and I was like, we's gonna wait till we see, because I've played Buffet before. I've seen some of the things y'all do. We're just gonna wait till we see it, because like I read Beast thing and I was like, all right, you can use them on both. That's cool. And then I read the Iceman thing and I was like, wow, that's like a mini Phoenix with an unavoidable stun. This team's gonna be a nightmare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that Kitty Pryde thing came out and I didn't even read it because it was just like, yeah, whatever. And then the other one came out and I was like, whatever. And then it was the big one that came out and I was like, sorry, I'm out on the team. Like, we're done. I don't care. So that was just kind of like I was getting excited for it. Like, I didn't go in there and rush and see it because I just heard she's going to be good. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let this be a surprise. But I'm out.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, Kitty, on turn in raids, apply defense up to the two most injured. On enemy turn, apply evade to the most injured. So, they're definitely about.
I got an Ebony Maw that does that too.
True. Not immune though, not immune. So I guess that's.
And I got a Sinister that'll clone whoever I want.
That's true. It's true. She does have a bit of if target is tech applied disrupt, so I think that's pretty interesting. We'll move on to the final one, who's the new legendary Jubilee. Main character in the comic books, not comic books, the main character in the 90s cartoon, which I think we're all familiar with. That was, it has probably the best introduction music ever. So overall, Penguin. So we talked about the couple of characters. We got the astonishing with the fifth. We're missing the fifth, who I'm interested to see who that is. What do we think of, or what do you think of Jubilee as the next legendary? Are you excited?
I hate this call. I think people are going to argue about the legendary tag and like it's all about the kit. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no to that. I don't think the legendary tag should go to someone who just like has a really good kit. Mm-hmm. I think the legendary tag should be for someone who is like legendary as far as their persona and their their I guess power level. So like, you know, Phoenix made sense, Magneto made sense, Black Bolt makes sense. Fury's I think Fury, Invisible Woman, Shuri all kind of don't necessarily fit that grandiose persona of like a legendary character in my head. But man, I'm super underwhelmed. I'm super underwhelmed by Jubilee. My big thing on Jubilee is I mean, we mentioned it. Somebody mentioned, I think Mendawgs, you mentioned like the Omega level mutant, right? Iceman is an Omega level mutant canonically in the comic books and like TV show and movies, right?
So is Magneto and Jean Grey.
Yeah, Magneto and Jean Grey are both Omega level mutants. And look, so Phoenix and Omega, or Phoenix is Omega, she's legendary. Magneto's Omega, he's legendary. We didn't get Iceman as a legendary, even though he's Omega, and you're giving us Jubilee, who I will admit they are playing right into nostalgia land. They know their audience, right? They hit us where we knew, like, oh, that intro, when you heard that come on the TV, it was like, sit your butt down, get your popcorn, and enjoy the next 23 minutes of your life. All right?
It still holds up. It still holds up. I've been watching it on Disney Plus.
If I'm on Disney Plus, I'm like, yeah, X-Men, I could put that on. Yeah. My problem is, Jubilee's purpose in the show, I believe she had a single purpose in the show, except for the first episode, because the first episode, someone different held her purpose. Her purpose in the show, in my opinion, was to advance the plot by getting captured. That was what struck me, and like, this is the legendary character that you're giving us for the Astonishing X-Men. I'm not a fan of the call. I don't think I understand what they're doing with the nostalgia factor. I know that this is probably going to sell them something. Like, there are definitely people out there who are not upset about this. There are people who are like, yes, Jubilee, my 90s X-Men team is going to come together. I'm going to put... And they're not going to care about the team tags. They're going to be like, Jubilee, Cyclops, Beast, Jean Grey, Wolverine, yes, X-Men. Like, and heck, I'm happy for those people, right? That's good. But, man, it feels bad. That's
speaking of episode 1, what a way to introduce the characters. You know how she's at the mall, the Sentinels come in, and then like you get a bit of taste of all the characters. I thought that was a really cool way to introduce them. I have to admit, Jubilee is I heard she was coming to the game. I did not hear that she was a legendary. I thought the next legendary, it did get pushed back because of the COVID, and it was meant to be Black Knight, I believe, because the movie was meant to come out in November. Then I heard Blade. Then we heard Rogue, which I think a lot of people got excited about, because she should be powerful, unlike the movies, which make her pretty much useless. She can't touch anyone. And then she absorbs their powers for a little bit. So hopefully she gets some love. There is next year, apparently Gambit and Rogue coming for Valentine's Day. Underdog put a hint in. We're getting Jubilee's the legendary with Rogue as a legend, and they're going to be retiring Fury and Shuri, just like X-Men, like Iron Man. Sort of, you can get him whenever you can get him. So, interesting choice. Another mutant legendary, global, I believe. So that might help with Dark Dimension. We don't know the kit. There's a little bit synergy, but nothing too serious there. What do we think is going to be the team? And I think I know the answer, but let's go over to Xero. What do you think the team is going to be required to get this character? Yeah.
I've been telling my stream, and they were like, "This is impractical. This doesn't make sense." I'm like, "Watch Defenders do it. Watch them just bring a whole turd team to come do it." But in all reality, it's going to be Pimtech. I think Pimtech is going to be the secret sauce, the Krabby Patty formula, and that is it right there. That is our formula. And I think it's stupid. I honestly believe, I'm gonna take a shot of water for you guys because I'm not allowed to drink alcohol while I'm cutting. But Swogo makes sense when you're using characters to unlock different characters, like the in that category, you know, with Phoenix unlocking what? It's just, what's the blue guy's name? I don't know
Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn. No, he's still Matt Swagger.
Thrawn.
Another shot.
All right, but I mean, they make it kind of make sense where those characters unlock that character, but you know the way they're running it, they're like, let's use random teams to unlock characters in a different universe. You know, it's kind of not my cup of tea, but Pimp Tech is definitely gonna be it.
Does this make anyone want to go hard? So, I mean, Doc Ock, playing nostalgia as well, right? Like, Doc Ock in the cartoon, the Spider-Man cartoon, which was run the same time as the X-Men one, wanted him. I went a bit harder on to get Doc Ock. Jubilee, love the cartoon, not sure if I'm going to go hard. Is anyone going hard now on Pimtech because they think... And I'm not suggesting that you should go hard on the proviso that it might be this legendary. I imagine in the future, Pimtech's probably going to be required, but is anyone going to go harder because of this?
No.
No.
Even the Kraken says no. Strider does make a good point. Scopely's making their own sort of universe, so we shouldn't base it on other things. But they do pretty well versus the comics, and I think that's where we usually try to base where they come from. And I think Penguin's 100% correct. I think Jubilee is how much can we get on the nostalgia wave, right? 90s cartoon skins. I guarantee the first skin they show will be Storm from that cartoon. You know, in a white. People will buy that. People will buy that for sure. Doom 3, Doom Campaign 3 is coming out. The first 3 missions, no traits, so you can use any team you want. Avengers or Fantastic Four for the next 3, and then Hero Tech or Hero Supernatural. Are you guys all waiting? So probably Nietzsche and Dapper might be there, maybe Xero as well. Are you happy with Doom 3 coming out? They're talking about mini unique pieces for Gear 14 and shards for Gravitron and Taskmaster. Taskmaster is now finally farmable. Are you guys excited about that?
I mean, yeah. Penguin's, he's way above my pay grade. I'm the peasant under you guys' boot, but I'm right there. I'm happy about it. 15, I definitely brought it up like a couple episodes back where we need our own store for 75 to 80. Mm-hmm. That way we can go purchase our stuff. We like as adults we'll go to the store. We already know what we're shopping for and we're getting out, and that's how I want it. But as kids, we're like, oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. I want that. I want that. I want the blue gear, the red, white, and blue. No, I don't want that. I want the big boy store for us.
It's true. Taskmaster is the last note of Doom 3, so not easy farm, but is now farmable. Kind of like Minerva and that are farmable. Nietzsche, are you happy with the traits that they've required? Are you happy with the traits? The traits. So for Doom War Campaign 3, the traits are Avengers, Fantastic Four, Hero Tech, and Hero Supernatural. Are you happy with those sort of traits that they chose?
I mean, personally, I don't really care because I do have pretty much everything. I have not been able to not auto a new content that came out.
Okay, yep.
So I may not be the best person to ask that question to. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Same question to you, Crayvis, then, because you're a bit you're higher than me and Lex, but you're probably closer to that than we are.
My problem with the characters that they're going to drop in these Doom campaigns, because like I'm current on them. I've got a decent start on one of the sets that they got. I could work on the other one. Like, it's fine. I just hate that they're putting all of these like game-breaking, team-making things that would really help some of these newer players out all the way at the end. Like, I wish Taskmaster had hit the War Store and maybe Cole had hit Doom 3.
Yes.
That would have been fantastic, because I don't mind time gating Black Order, because Black Order is a really kind of a late game team.
Yeah.
But having a good Merc team early that you can work on and then start to get a good payday squad, that would have been really cool for new players. So if they'd have put him somewhere else, I'd have been a lot happier about that. Like, I don't hate the restrictions that they put out. I just hate who they released with it.
Mm-hmm. I think I don't think they're that bad. Avengers you require and Fantastic Four for previous Doom campaigns, so it's not too bad. Hero Tech's interesting because that means that you can't use all the Pym Tech or all the Supernatural team, because Mordo, I believe, is dark. So interesting choices.
Mystic.
Power Armor. Oh, true. Actually, Power Armor. There you go. We've got the Snowball calendar coming out, which is the Orb event, we believe, with Cyclops shards getting an avalanche of Cyclops shards, which will help your old X-Men team. We've got Black Order Ebony Maw coming. Lex was saying before, he's going to get him if he pulls out the credit card. Have you got the rest of the Black Order, brother?
Yep, I got them all, man.
Cool, ready to rock and roll.
I'm excited.
I thought Shiri was meant to be next. That's kind of thrown all the
Well,
time.
yeah, Shuri's going to be first, and then Ebony's going to be after that.
No, I think they're skipping Shuri.
I think they are. That's what the post implies, is that the next one
Ebony's
is
next.
Ebony. Yeah.
So I think they're changing the order of stuff to prep for Shuri and Fury
Because
going
the free-to-play was going to be ready in a couple of weeks from Maw, but they may not be ready without buying that Karnak pack or whoever character they're short.
No, it's Karnak. It's Karnak.
That's why I'm going for Yo-Yo.
I got a lot of guys trying to pull premiums for Yo-Yo, and it's like, you can't do that. It doesn't work that way. Like, I know you only need 15, but it doesn't happen.
The difference between can't and shouldn't is real small, though.
It is. And then we got
if
some.
I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna have to wail, man. So.
Oh. I did get a 6 red star Black Bolt, so that was pretty exciting stuff. So I was happy with that. Oof. So that's pretty exciting. So I should get a 6-star Ebony Maw, so that's pretty exciting. And then we got some bonus events coming out, double drops for hand and stuff like that. So definitely, if you are trying to go for that Phoenix unlock, which should be in the new year, Nobu you need. If you're not quite at the Hella thing, maybe you take the Bullet and you take Hand Assassin in there. I started farming her, making sure that I'd have her 6 stars, but I eventually got the Hella, and then I was able to unlock Phoenix. But definitely some character that you want. Alright guys, moving on to Rumour Has It. Pull out your tinfoil hats. Nietzsche, if you need to disappear because of what you're writing in the chat, then this is probably the time, unless you have rumours. So we'll kick over to you. Do you have any rumours, Nietzsche? Yeah.
I don't. I have not been very attentive recently, and I don't have a freaking silver hat right now.
He's moving. It's fine.
Got you a rumor. You ready for it?
I'm always up for a rumor.
It's not a rumor, Mendawgs. It's not a rumor. There's a couple things. Number one, I hear a lot of people saying how Jubilee in the comics is this thing and Jubilee in the comics is that thing. Well, to them I say, this damn character's in a trench coat and all she does is belt VCRs in this show. So I don't want to hear it. That's number one. Number two, as it pertains to Jubilee, I don't care if her ultimate reads kill everything on the opposite side of the field and 3-star this event. I'm not going. I don't care. Like, if I need it, I'll get a Sinister, I'll clone it, and then I'll use it. That's gonna be it. That's a we want money for this thing, and this is just Crayvis is no, I ain't doing it. But really, rumor is like, I hate this stupid legendary thing, and they're stupid. Alright.
So,
It's the worst. You know how much I hate Cyclops. I will admit Cyclops had a point before I will admit Jubilee had a point to anything other than to introduce the story without destroying Rogue's character.
so we've got Dapper, hit us up.
So we got Jubilee's kit, the basic. Let's get out of here. Jubilee casts its blind on the primary target, does 100% damage. If Wolverine is an ally, gives Jubilee stealth. Her special is My Baby. Jubilee screams about her baby and attacks all enemies for 400 damage and stuns everything. Then her baby turns into a dragon and attacks enemy again for 300 damage. Ultimate.
What dragon?
I have a question about this, Dapper, when you're done, right?
Hold on a second. Of course. Help me. Wolverine summons summons Wolverine ally. Jubilee goes and hides on the enemy side. Wolverine gains offense up and turns on spawn. What's going on?
All right. My question is, your baby attack is a clone of Jedi Knight Revan, which is what broke Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in most players' opinions. The multi-attack that breaks this game went to bloody effing Jubilee.
Of course.
Is that all right with you? Oh my god, it's ridiculous. It makes me feel dirty.
I guess
Red Skull has the multi-attack.
Yeah, it's a couple that have multiple attacks.
I don't know if this is a rumor has it, but rumor has it Crayvis hates Jubilee.
and also, okay, so I do stuff out of space sometimes, that's why I got a big Wolverine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And maybe Jubilee is going to be OP, maybe she might have like how
I won't doubt you on that at all. She's gonna be.
And how Phoenix turns to Dark Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe when she dies, she becomes a vampire and comes right back.
I want to fact check that. Someone fact check that. Is Jubilee a vampire?
No, we can confirm that. That was a comic book arc.
She's a vampire.
Yeah, there was an arc where she was a vampire.
My goodness, does Blade go after her then?
That's a great question.
Blade's the counter to Jubilee. Oh wow, there you go.
There's your rumor.
Wow. Yeah, rumor has it.
Remember.
I guess you could look at it that, Iceman you'll be able to use in anywhere, like if he's global or whatever, whereas in Legendaries and DD4 you obviously can't use it, but yeah, that's interesting. Most Legendaries we can agree are pretty good. I think Shuri needs probably a touch-up. I think Star-Lord, maybe Fury to bring that team a bit, because everything just counts it nowadays, doesn't it? But she's a legendary. She's going to be good. I don't know if she's going to be as good as Black Bolt, but
so there is a huge rumor coming in. I want to say in June. There's talk of a empowered Iron Man to make him relevant again.
Oh,
like
Hope Buster, right?
Superior Iron Man in Contest of Champions.
But
I get behind a Hulkbuster. I could also get behind that punk ass suit from Iron Man 3 that fell the fuck apart all the time. Oh, sorry, that's a quack sound. That's another one. Whoops, sorry, Crayvis.
That's what he's currently doing.
But there's talk of him being a 2 legendary unlock.
Oh, what are the 2 legendaries?
That I do not know, but they said
Jubilee.
You say somebody starts with a J, you and me's going to have words.
It'll be Jubilee.
It'll be Jubilee and Fury. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to have 2-1. I think Iron Man. I think people want a good Iron Man. He's definitely the face of the MCU. I know he's spoiler alert. He's passed away, but Robert Downey Jr. really did make him. So interesting point is that when Marvel were making the movies, the reason Iron Man's kind of the focus is because they didn't have all the IP. Like they didn't have access to Fantastic Four or Spider-Man or the X-Men either. So they didn't have that. So they went with Iron Man. And my dad loves the comics. He grew up on them, and he said you only wanted to read the Iron Man comics for when he was Iron Man. He was very boring as Tony Stark, but they sort of flipped that where Tony Stark's a pretty cool character in the MCU. So that's interesting. Anything else for Rumor Has It? Xero going hard. I heard in 2022 this game will still exist. But yeah, no, awesome.
Maybe we'll be right for one of them.
Yeah. We'll be in season probably 4 at that point, so it'll be fun. Cool, alright, let's move on to the main topic, guys. I always love Rumor Has It. I think it's fun. We just have a bit of fun. Don't base anything off it. Don't start buying characters. But I'm sure Pimtech will be required.
Buy everything.
Buy everything. Don't listen to the Kraken. Of course he says buy everything. So we've got people up to Node 7 in Dark Dimension 4 at the moment. We did say that once Dark Dimension 4 is sort of done and at the rate they're going, maybe January, maybe before Season 2 kicks off, giving him real issues and trying to find himself. Yeah, Strider, I agree. Making Iron Man a bit more relatable. So we're starting to see the teams. I am still recommending to people, if you want to level up your characters, that's fine. Like characters that you use to level 80 or wherever you're up to it with it, because you do get that health and damage boost, a big one. Are you guys still holding on to gear? Are you looking at it going, oh, well, they're the good characters at the moment, we're going to start pushing forward? Or are you waiting until the whole thing's done and going, what's the most effective way? And we'll start with you, Penguin.
So if y'all ever catch me on stream, you should know that I am a hoarder. So I am absolutely holding on to gear for Gear 15.
Yep.
Until everything is done. Just because early on, the global teams looked like, I think it was like Widow, Cap, Ghost, and somebody else. Sinister, maybe?
I think Sinister. Emma, I think, was there too.
Emma? Yeah. And like Cap and Widow seem like a good temporary call, right? Mm-hmm. Cap is like an energy battery, Widow gives everybody speed up, so it's just trying to maximize Ghost. But yeah, I really want to wait until I know everything before I put anything into a Gear 15 character.
Are you? So as I said, if I say to people, if you want to level up characters, that's fine. I wouldn't spend gear because Trend Mats and Gold are easier to come by than these Gear 15 pieces. Are you still going to level up your characters once you hit 80?
I gotta look. I gotta look at the stat boost because I know 70 to 71 was a really big deal. Right? Mm-hmm. Going from level 70 to level 71, big focus, big resistance bump, big armor bump.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the 75 to 76 or what that like 75 to 80 bump looks like.
Health and damage.
They're pretty all significant. Like they go up a lot more than say 72 to 73 does because that didn't net anything.
So I did see there was a I think it's on MSF.gg and there's something out there right now that shows, and I looked at Tadano, and he brought up monstrosity up into DD4 because it was a cheap character to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a I think OMG put it out or something. But it's out there so that way you can see who is the cheapest characters to bring into Dark Dimension 4.
So there is a spreadsheet, yes, that you can chuck in the characters that you want. You chuck in your stat or what you currently own, like your pieces and stuff, and it'll tell you how much you got left. So you can start game towards. Is that the spreadsheet you're talking about?
I think so. It's got all the bio, all that jazz for the Gear 15 pieces.
Yeah, so you look at your roster, you see what gear you have. We will chuck it in the description for this video if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll also find a link to it and chuck it into my Discord as well. I'll pin it in the MSF chat.
It's done by Verondia.
Yeah.
So shout out to Verondia.
Yes, thank you very much. So Nietzsche, you're probably you were just telling us that you're trying to get into Dark Dimension as soon as possible. Dark Dimension 4. Are you waiting to see what there is, or are you just going to go for the cheapest just to get in there? What's your attack plan moving forward? We can't hear you, Nietzsche.
So
But
that
I'm sure it's
means
inside.
basically War Thor actually did a very good video on showing you the amount of gold you need, the amount of XP you need, and the amount of Gear Tier 15 materials you would need to reach, as an average player, to reach the approximate amount to enter into D4 and to enter into being able to complete it with all 16 characters. And it's a very it's a freaking 9-10 month process for the average player.
Yeah.
So for example, me getting into DD4 as soon as I hit level 80, it's not going to matter that much because I'm still going to be waiting on a crap ton of Gear Tier 15 gear. That's going to be the bottleneck.
Yeah.
That bottleneck is going to create a lot of problems for a lot of players. And, so specifically, Tadano did Monstrosity, and he did Steel Trooper. And yes, it gets you in a little bit faster, and he can eventually complete that, maybe a little bit slower than Face Fury, but it doesn't seem like these characters are going to really hold you back more than a few extra days. So he still completed it within a week of when Face of Fury did. Face Fury did it in like 2 or 3 days, or whatever, one day from when he had the characters. Tadano did it within a week of when he had these characters. However, all of them are stuck going into Cosmic. All of them are going to be stuck going into City. So I personally feel like you want to go after characters that are relevant to the game. So I think Monstrosity, I think Trooper were a mistake. He got in there faster, yes, but he got in there using characters and spending resources on characters that aren't relevant to the game. So I do think that Fates did definitely the better. Now, did he do the best? I don't know. Is Captain America the best? Is Black Widow the best? Probably not. But if you're going to have to wait multiple months, and even these top-end players, if you're going to have to wait that long, why not go for the really, really good characters that are actually going to help you out? Monstrosity and Trooper are definitely not going to be those characters. They are not going outside of that. So I think Tadano made a mistake there. Faith still picked relevant characters, so I'm not going to sit there and say he did a bad job. But I do think that because of that bottleneck of the Tier 15, you need to make that decision of who you're going to bring up based on what's relevant to this game, not what is going to get you in faster, because it's really not going to make or break how quickly you complete DD4.
Oh, Scope. So update. Scopely fixed prices is just finished Cosmic. So I'm finding I find it very interesting. This is the first time that I've been here with the Dark Dimension and seeing these how these are planned out is pretty crazy. Just to get on that leaderboard as number one. More power to them. More power to them. So yeah, their Rem's been streaming Scopely fixed prices, which is pretty cool. I'm waiting to see, like, you know, Penguin and a couple of the other ones. We've got so me, Lex, Crayvis. Have you finished Dark Dimension 3?
No, I just got to Global and I'm having a fun time at it. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, Dark Dimension 3 appears to be a lot harder than Dark Dimension 4, right? Because I want you to picture walking into Dark Dimension 3 with a T-14 Captain America and a T-14 Black Widow, and I want you to tell me how long those nodes are going to take you. Right? So once you get Dark Dimension 3 done, if you just take that team up to 14, as long as you take somebody to compensate for the Phoenix, which I'm sure you're using, that team's going to clear it for you. You've already got them almost done. So just hang in on that team, and you're going to be in good shape.
I'm interested to see how the legendaries go. You know, how the last, I think it's 3 nodes are legendaries, tailored towards, you know, you got Ebony Maul in there, Black Bolt maybe.
It's going to be Star-Lord, but I don't know if I want to take him to 15 to get it.
Oof.
It's going to be amazing to, like, feed energy to everybody and blind people, but
Yeah.
I'd have to have a 15 Star-Lord. Like, where is he going to go?
Hopefully they do a rework. Hey, so
I think he's going to be one of the main ones.
yeah. Maybe. We'll have to find out when we hit the legendaries. It probably isn't the priority. I'm guessing that people are probably already getting Maul up, Phoenix, and maybe Magneto could be good.
I will say, though, DD4 is going to take a while to get into. I think Nietzsche said like 10 months or something for the average player, but that's okay with me because it seems like it might be a pleasurable experience. I'm down for a pleasurable experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to actually do a node that might, or do a game mode that might be fun, and then get a reward that's worth something. That would feel pretty good to me. Especially after getting slapped with a Jubilee legendary, right?
To get that sweet Dr. Doom. Lex, I don't think you're in Dark Dimension 3, but are you excited about Dark Dimension 4? And the fact that you're not in Dark Dimension 3, are you going to look at the teams for Dark Dimension 4 and go, maybe that's the team I'm going to take into Dark Dimension 3?
Yeah, I've actually already been looking into that. You know, being able to use, you know, certain characters for DD3 as well for DD4, so that way I don't have to waste too many resources all over the place.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, I'm still a little ways away, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, the advantage I guess you have, and for the rest of the roundtable that haven't finished Dark Dimension 3, all that gear. Granted, we're not getting any Gear 15 pieces, but we are getting those other pieces that we could potentially speed up the process to get them in earlier. So that'll be interesting. It's been fun to just watch them. Yeah, so Underdog's giving us the thing. He's on the last note of Cosmic, Scopely fixed prices. So, you know, who knows? City, I imagine he's probably got his symbiotes up, so I'm interested to see how easy City are. Especially with 5 symbiotes just going ham. So, and then the legendaries. I'm keen to see the legendaries. I think that would be pretty bad. All right, guys. So get your questions ready for the round table. One thing that I am keen to know is it better to do this show on a Saturday or a Friday night? Do we sort of throw it up this week? We'll probably try again Saturday next week and then make a decision. Works for us, but yeah, sounds good. I know Xero's happy with the time change though. He's more than happy with the time.
Ecstatic.
And we'll chuck in that the PvP Nietzsche's one. You've got Baron Zemo at 113 speed. I thought he was the fastest character in the game. Nietzsche's like, I didn't do this.
Wait, there was no more.
Yeah, Baron Zemo's 113. I would have thought he's the fastest. Maybe it's a spelling error. Anyway, so yeah, tag Lex with the tag Lex with your questions. Whether you want to do it to a certain person, whether you want to do it to the entire table, let us know. Yeah, I'm interested to see how, because we, what does everyone think that Dark Dimension 4 is going to be done by February? Because we know this patch is going to carry us to pretty much February. I believe it's next week is the new patch to cover us probably for about 6 weeks. It's going to cover Christmas, they go on leave and stuff like that.
I think it'll be done this year. The rate they're going, it'll be completed this year. Regular people won't be in there till probably January, February, I bet. But it'll be done this year, and we'll get the little login calendar and all the nonsense.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So at least, I'm pretty sure
enough money at the problem, it is no longer a problem.
I'm pretty sure next week we're gonna get the sim on. I'm pretty sure.
For Blitz?
That's exciting.
Yes.
That should be coming with the next patch, which I believe is next Tuesday or Wednesday.
What a time to be alive.
They'll bring
finally the change that we want.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Sim.
They haven't mentioned it, but they were testing at the time. Are they doing the raids? Can anyone confirm that? They were.
I would rather not do the raids. The raids I would rather take on myself.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You don't have to use it.
And speaking of raids, when we was talking about raids earlier, I don't think it's going to be an Ultimates 8 because we've already beat Ultimates. It might be something entirely different. I just hope that it's something that they let you use your whole roster on with no restrictions, because they owe us that. Just something that's designed to beat our teeth in a little bit. It might be a little bit more of a challenge that we have to think around. Might be fun. So I don't want them to challenge me by saying you have to take hand minions. That's not a challenge. That's just give me money to gear hand minions.
I don't want to.
I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
You have to use one minion from each faction.
Oh.
So Xero, you'll probably get to use Ravager Bruiser.
Oh, that would be that would definitely be a time to get on.
No, I would pick it because I would want Ultron bots as minions. Because if you're gonna do that, I want one worth gearing.
So I'll start the questions up. We'll start the Q&A section. All right. So a faction that you think should get a bit of love, a bit of upgrade. So just one faction. We'll start with you, Penguin. What faction do you think deserves some love and to get a rework?
The answer that I want to give is Ravagers, because they're terrible and only have 4 members. So give us that Ravager legendary. Give me Taserface, Scopely. Give me Taserface. Real answer? Probably Guardians, honestly. The Guardians feel like they were really good for exactly 1 hot second. Not a regular second, a hot second. And they could do with being relevant. They don't have to be completely overpowered, but right now they struggle so much against literally anything that has defense up. If 2 characters on the other team have defense up, the Guardians just fall apart completely. So if the Guardians could get a rework, and I think that would help Star-Lord. I think it would help early players, because I think Star-Lord is still a decent character to get through DD2 with, to pair with Minerva for the energy. So Guardians.
Nice.
Real answer.
Xero. One faction, what would you like a bit of love to?
It's the true answer, the only answer, the one be up to the highest, the Avengers, man. Earth's mightiest heroes. Not Earth's most mediocre heroes. No. They are Earth's mightiest heroes, but yet they are so low in my board. They are not a meta team. They definitely deserve to be on a high pedestal. You know, if you know, in the near future where, you know, we have so many Spider-Mans everywhere, like Miles, Symbiote, all that fun jazz, we could get a huge, you know, and they could even put it as a tag, like Endgame Avengers, you know, and they'd come out with, you know, the Endgame suits when they went through the Pym particle or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
You know, we could get that. That'd be pretty awesome. Yeah. But I mean, yo, I'm telling you, the Avengers, they definitely need some. They need more love than expected.
Lex, one faction.
So I got two answers. Xero kind of touched on one of them. I definitely think we need a good, like, regular Spider-Man. Just a, you know, like.
It's a faction. It's not a character. It's a faction.
Oh, okay, so yeah, like a, you know, I don't know. I think that just the original Spider-Man isn't enough. I think they should add some more, like, you know, like the, what is his name? Ben Reilly, the Red Spider-Man with the
Scarlet Spider. Yep.
It's Scarlet Spider. They should add, you know, Spider-Man 2099. They should add a 2099 faction. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Punisher 2099, Spider-Man 2099, a lot of different 2099 characters. And I would also, we're talking about faction reworks now. I was going to say, I think they need to add more supernatural characters because you only have the 5.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, supernatural get a bit of love.
And I have an idea for a legendary for one of them that I'm going to talk about.
Well, it could be a tissue box as far as they're concerned. They don't care.
Jubilee faction. No. Nietzsche.
Don't give them ideas.
Nietzsche, favorite faction. Oh, sorry, faction that you want reworked.
I would say, I think it's the one faction that really hasn't been reworked yet. Rework that one, bring in Taserface. I don't know about legendary, but bring in Taserface, make that faction relevant.
What about,
other than that,
for the Ravengers rework? What about the guy that's like the second in command? Not Taserface, the other guy.
Little nerdy guy.
Yondu's the captain.
It's the guy.
The other guy. He's
the only surviving Yondu crew member of the second movie, I believe.
Yes, that guy.
Oh shoot!
Can't think of his name, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
The one who found the Dune or whatever it was.
Yeah, he gets the fin at the end.
Looking guy.
He gets the fin at the end. Yeah, it's the James Gunn's brother is the actor, but I can't remember his name. Crayvis faction.
I just alluded to my first point, but I don't think Ravagers need anything. Because I watched an entire battalion of Ravagers kill themselves. Very unceremoniously. Half of them got thrown out of a space door, and the other half ate an arrow through the neck. And you know how tough Yondu is, right? So, they don't deserve nothing. They could just sit there at the bottom of my roster. That's where they belong. What I would like to see, though, I want to see another Asgardian that gives me a reason to pull Thor off, put him on wave 1, where he shines pretty well, and still makes Asgardians a decent team. Maybe they get put to a war offense team. I'd be okay with that. That'd be kind of cool. Because everything was kind of released to beat Asgardians to the point where they're no longer really viable, especially in the higher end of wars. So I'd like to see something happen for them.
Yeah, cool. Dapper faction. What do you want changed?
I would love to see the Wakandas actually matter. Just click on Okoye and M'Baku. The rest are fine. You know, that faction will be amazing. Give us the Apex rating promised us and never delivered.
Yes. Well, because I think I was hearing, because it was before I started playing again, they were tailored for like U3 or something, and you were already up to U5 or something. Oh, U5.
They were tailored for U5, and they were giving us U7.
I bet they killed it.
Yeah.
Let's go back to U5 and see how the Wakandans go.
I bet you could auto.
Strahd's got a good thing. Sylvester Stallone's character, that Guardians team, Guardians 3000 in the comics, futuristic Guardians team. That'd be pretty cool to add. That's not a modification. I would like Guardians to get a bit more love. Unfortunately, they slide way off the power scale. I'm not saying that I want to. Not everything has to be Black Order, but something would be nice with the Guardians. Actually, Defenders would be cool too. Defenders, give Punisher the Defenders tag. Make them a little better than trash.
Oh, I got another one for you, Mendawgs.
Crayvis, over to you.
I got another one for you. All right, X-Force, hear me out. Legendary character. We already know it doesn't matter who it is. So it can either be Sugar Bear or Derpinder. And then we could actually use X-23 with X-Men. And I might be happy enough to where I could replace Jubilee with her, and then we'll just be fine. I don't even care anymore. Yeah, we'll be good.
Would we like a Weapon X faction?
No.
No. I've had enough X thingies in there. I'm so confused. They're doing another one, and I can never remember the name of it. I'm all like, it's the X-Force, but it's not the forced one. It's the face.
Factor.
No. Factor. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm done with X things. You're going to have to pick a different letter. It could be a Y factor. I'm fine with that.
A Y chromosome.
Yeah, I want them to start stepping outside into some different universes, such as Blade and Morbius and the Eternals and isn't there the Celestials, and there's all kinds of different stuff I think that they could start doing.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of
Supernaturals. I think Lex pointed out earlier, the Supernaturals is a great place to put those characters because that is a decent place for them.
You could give them a Celestial tag.
Well, because there was rumors that Blade and Morbius was going to come to the Supernatural team, which would have been really cool, boosting up that faction, because that's a fun faction to play. They might not be the best team in the game, but
Morbius would be a blaster that I would love to build.
But Supernatural's a counter to Pym, isn't it? It looks like between Elsa, Doctor Strange, looks pretty good there. But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about that. Do we have another question, Lex?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. No.
I have a question for everybody.
I haven't.
Love it. Do it.
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet.
All right. My question for everybody is this. They keep releasing new team after new team after new team, and they're hoping that you buy in based on how much you like the characters, yes?
Mm-hmm.
But they still don't give you any more attacks in war. So you're limited to the amount of teams that you can take. So at what point do you have a strong enough offense and a strong enough defense squad to where you just don't care anymore? And then you just start building things at your own pace because there's no real reason you're not actually using it. You're not going to get any real benefit at it.
Well,
apparently,
right now.
Apparently, the next patch might also include the upgrades for war. Yeah, there's the coming soon at the top.
If they intend to put somebody who knows how to count to match characters together or alliances together, I will be very excited.
I'm gonna say that like as far as war goes, I feel like they've hit a ceiling with what they're gonna do there. Even if they put the war upgrades in, they need a. And I'm gonna pull another. I don't have anything, so I can't take a shot. But, if they brought in a version of or another version of Alliance War or fixed Alliance War, so it's more like Territory War, where it's efficiency instead of time, that would fix the number of teams problem. we could work on characters because like these 3 characters can be basically anything, and then you'd have more incentive to work on individuals.
I love
the game
that
on your schedule instead of theirs.
I love that Penguin, especially so that addresses 2 points, right? Crayvis is 100% bang on where you're only going to use, is it 16 teams, 8 on offense,
I
on
think
defense?
you can only have 12 war attacks tops.
Yeah,
You can't even buy any more if you wanted to.
So that's an interesting thing. They do make a lot of money off the pack of shame, don't they? So whether they'll change that, I wish they would. Penguin, I think that would be awesome. What's with all this time crap? Don't worry about time. Just go. Hey, this, and not even the format has to change that much. Just I can put the teams in wherever. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Like I'm still gonna play the game. I just want to do it on my time and not yours. I hear you, Crayvis.
As far as the format goes, like I really like their format as it compares to the aforementioned Grab Your Drinks, Galaxy Heroes, where they actually have strategies where you can hide these rooms and have your bonuses, and you can pick which room gets defense down, and you can pick your strongest character to put in there, and they are responsible for setting a defense. You aren't just saying, all right, well, all the whales set the strongest teams you have, and then nobody's ever going to get through anything. Because that's what Galaxy Heroes suffers from, whereas this game doesn't have that. They just need a little couple of tweaks, so it's playable, and you want to build more stuff, I think.
So Underdog is mentioned they are thinking about adding 10 teams to defense. Does that mean you're going to get more attacks on offense as well? Because then
probably have to up attacks, I would imagine.
Yeah, more pack of shame, more pack of shame.
But that's not better. That's not an improvement.
There is an OG among us, guys. So Chief has just got married a couple months ago, so we're just gonna give him two snaps because we don't clap here. He is a huge war buff. He loves war. Like, that is his bread and butter. He just loves it so much. Anytime I see him stream, he's gonna go in there and be like, "You done your war yet? Alright, well, let me show you how to do it correct now."
So when we go to the war room with Xero, it's actually Chief.
Yeah, it's actually Chief feeding me all the insider.
I love it. Alright guys, we're going to wrap it up there. We're going to do our final closing points. So we are going to be Saturday next week as well at the same time. But I'll do that with my spiel. So Penguin, over to you. Final points.
Final point. I said this a couple weeks ago, but I think that it bears repeating, right? Everyone out there listening, you are probably an upstanding citizen here in the world. However, if you know someone who went out, maybe about 3 weeks ago and purchased 5 PS4s so that they could resell them, then what you know is not a person. That's not a person. That's an alien sent here to destroy us. They're trying to make us destroy ourselves by pitting us against each other. So don't give in, and don't buy those scalped PS4s. Wait for the official release. It'll be worth it. Also, you won't have to deal with the bugs. So, 2 for win, right? Not destroying the human race. Not dealing with software bugs. I'm just saying. You'll be doing yourself a favor. You're welcome, people.
A service.
Dapper, any closing points?
Yes, so just bear in mind that Copley is making their own universe characters. Even though Jubilee is not the ideal legendary, still give her a try. Rello, you're going to love her when you start using her. And just keep on doing the best you can. So another thing too is I'm actually not when I'm doing the Dark Dimension 4 run, I'm gonna skip and just focus on globals, get 4 globals, and then keep on going like that, because I believe you have to have at least 4 characters to try to avoid the bottleneck. That's it for me.
Crayvis.
Alright. So, Crayvis had an interesting week. It was a traumatic week for my emotions because they came to extreme highs when I heard that YouTube had an issue with One Belle Delphine and my chat could no longer troll me with her. And we went for 2 days without having to hear her. Well, no, I did have to hear her because she still does have a lyric video somewhere out there, but at least I don't have to see her doing her little thing. But then one illustrious chat found it again last night. So we're back. Back. Everything is awesome and everything is cool when you're part of the team.
Nietzsche.
Thank everyone for coming out. This is, obviously the MSF Roundtable is, we're trying to get out there. We're trying to educate people, and all of us want to help every one of you. So just, message us if you have any questions or anything. So love you all. Thank you guys for coming out.
And Lex from the studio.
Yeah, thanks you guys. I appreciate every one of you guys coming and hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, Mendawgs, for having me on. I'm not happy about Jubilee being a legendary. I guess we'll see what's going to happen, but, like you guys said, Scopely's got their own world going on, so it's all good. But yeah, thanks you guys for coming, and we'll see you next time.
Xero.
Now, I'm going to tell you one thing, and one thing only, right? I better not see any dislikes on this video. And you know what? I'm going to add 2 things. I'm still on the hunt to find out who is the 2 dislikers on every video I have on YouTube right now. I see you grinning out there, having a blast. And I'm telling you right now, I'm coming for you. And I swear, I will have you frying bacon naked. I'll end that.
That's not endorsed by the MSF Roundtable. Guys, thank you very much for coming out and showing your support. Obviously, we love you, and we have a great time doing this show. Thank you very much for Penguin for coming back on the show. It's always been thank you very much. It's always been a pleasure working with these guys. The Roundtable is absolutely amazing. We are trying a few things. So these last couple of episodes, like last week, we had issues, and we had to do it on Nietzsche's one, but. We're trying to get a few changes implemented now, so then Season 2 runs really smoothly for next year. So looking forward to that. Guys, we'll be kicking off again Saturday next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're bringing it a bit earlier because I know the East Coast guys, it's just too late for you. Xero's... He's keen for the after party. This is going to be probably the first one he actually comes to. Usually it's 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I'm out. So, guys, if you haven't already, join the Discord. We all do an after party after this where we just hang out, have a couple of drinks, and just talk. So, thanks very much. Love you, Zor. Love the Roundtable. Have a great one, and thank you very much for the support. Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.